Hey guys, this is Chris, and welcome to my out of map for the Pakistani embassy. This was actually the first map that I've ever gotten out of, and I just absolutely love doing this stuff just for the exploration part of it, and also fooling around with the AI. You can see how much beauty there is when I show this off to you, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. The first thing we'll be going over is the map exit methods, and I'm going to show you three of them. And the first one I'm going to show you is the one we found out by accident. My longtime co-op buddy, Kevin, also known as SE Covert Ninja. Basically what he was doing is he was coming up to this pole right here. He jumped up it and he was taking care of enemies, and then one shot him down like I'm going to be displaying here. And next thing you know, he was falling through the map and wound up on the ceiling or the rooftop. So, but we weren't recording, and it took me quite some time to figure this out. What it has to do is with this crossbar. You can see I put it in slow motion, and the guard has to hit you, and depending on how your body turns, I think, and then you hit the ground there, that's where you fall out. Now, others have said that you can fall out at different places on the map with poles, but I am aware of this one, and this is the most common one I've seen. But I haven't seen anybody else on YouTube actually put this whole display up there. Now, keep in mind, this is the hardest method to do. It's not consistent. However, at the time, it was the only one that we knew how to do. So it was really cool to explore. The two bad things about this is that you can see I fell out as Sam. However, I'm getting the red glowing screen, the revive screen, as well as that kind of blood splatter there to the left. Also, Briggs, every time he falls through the map, you're going to get a glowing screen. Keep that in mind. But these other two methods, Sam will have a clear screen, which is really cool. This is a view from Briggs' side, and you can see Sam's up there on the pole, and he hit the crossbar right there, and he's on the ground. You can see how his body twisted around. And now he's going through the map. And then Covert looked up at the sky, and there I am falling. And I land on the rooftop. So that's basically a view from Briggs' side. Also, another thing, if you're going to use this method, we found it easier to fall out as Sam. But that was just our experience, and that's doing it quite a few times. But again, I would not rely on this method, especially since we know of these other two methods. Now, I really have to give a huge shout out to one of my YouTube subscribers. His name is Rodney Bridges, and he's the one that showed me these other two methods. And they're just really great methods because they're a lot easier to do, and would not recommend the first one, but I at least wanted to show you the first method because a lot of people may have come up on that by accident. So wanted you to at least know if that happened to you, most likely what that was. Now, Rodney's first method that I saw was turning around and coming up these ruins here. And you're going to have a spawn door, and what you'll be doing is just grabbing a guard, hugging up against the wall, and throwing the guard to the doorway. And you have a couple animations. Sam can go forward or backward. If he goes forward, just grab another guard and do it again. If he goes backwards, you may get stuck in the wall, and if that's the case, just restart mission 1, which has 5 people on it. But you should get through. It's pretty easy to do, so that shouldn't be an issue. I'm going to show you from Briggs' side how it's done. So that's a pretty easy method. Now, this next method I'm going to show you is really, really simple. This is great. What I'm doing here is I'm whistling right there, and I am getting that guard to come over to me. I want to make sure I arm my weapon, so I'm holding by one arm. That's very, very key. And then when I get the X, I go ahead and instead of going over the railing, I go through it, through that little hole there. And you can see I'm grabbing his, around his, pretty much his knees instead of his neck. And so what it will do then is it will put me like this, and I kind of fall and all that. What you may want to do is go ahead and crouch. I didn't crouch here just to show you what would happen, but I fell automatically. Now here, you'll get stuck sometimes, and this time I did crouch just to give an example of doing it successfully if you do get stuck. So there you go. Let's go ahead and have some fun with the guards and the drones. This was a whole lot of fun. You can see since I fell into the spawn point, I'm immediately able to knock out the guards, and here I'm doing it again. So it's really cool when, especially when there's a lot coming out, you can see that Covert's inside the map and I can watch him get those guards. Also, when they're inside the map, you can actually use your noisemakers as well as you can use your whistle and go ahead and bring them back into their spawn points, which was a lot of fun. So I had a lot of fun doing that, just kind of playing around with them. Also, the drones are a lot of fun to play with, especially because the underground and all that is see-through. You can see I'm looking at the stairs there, and it's just a lot of fun to play with. Again, this is more just for fun. It's not for really anything else. I just absolutely love looking at it and kind of playing with the AI, and you can see the drones are going crazy. Now, you can see here that when I shoot at the ground, it's not going to do anything to the drones. But if you have a loud weapon, they will notice that you are there. And so you can see I got a drone that did recognize me there. We're having a little fun with one there, and took out that drone guard, which was pretty funny. And then here on the other side, Covert, who is inside the map, he went ahead and took out the other drone guard. So we even got some kind of reward, which we thought was pretty funny. We had just a great time doing that. And here's my favorite thing to do when I go out of maps, and that is to do map exploration. Again, big shout out to Rodney Bridges for giving me a clear screen to work with as Sam. You can see that there's just a huge background to work with. The inside of the map in relation to the whole background is pretty small. And so the places you can run around, you can see I ran all the way to this white building, and fortunately those borders didn't stop me. I was able to actually go through stuff. And what I like to do is just run everywhere I can. Some streets you go through and you fall through. Some places will be sturdy and you can step on, like that rooftop. And so I pretty much go everywhere and look and see what I can do. But you can see I'm zooming up on all the artwork, and I'm just, at least for me, I'm always fascinated to see what's behind the scenes. And you can see right there, this is stuff that when you're inside the map, this is really far away. And so being able to come all the way out here, seeing this artwork of the mountains and the rest of the city and all that's pretty cool. Also, I think it's pretty neat. I'm able to walk right up to the edges, and if I wanted to, I could fall off. But it's kind of neat walking in and out of the artwork like that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is show you just kind of around the whole outside of the map. What's interesting about this is not only can you slide through it, but I'm not even sure why that's there, except for maybe they put that there in case you get out of the map. Because to my knowledge, you really can't see that stuff without it. And another thing I wanted to show you was a room that we haven't been able to get into. You can see Covert Ninja on the other side. There's kind of a ghost of him right there. He's inside the map and he can't go any further because that's where the weapon cache is. And so if anybody can get inside this room, that'd be great if you can let us know. Now, coming on the left side of the building, this is another really neat thing. There's a square hole here, and what I was able to do, which was similar to my other out of map, the missile plant map, was I got my tri-rotor out and was able to actually bring it down and go ahead and go underneath the floors. And this is another thing that I thought was absolutely great. And what I thought was really cool about the missile plant is I got to see that other, I think, warhead or whatever it was. But to me, I love doing this kind of thing. And Not only that, but I think what that's there for is if you're exploring, you can actually fall through. So you don't have to, if you want to get right on the roof and you want to do it real quickly, you can do it right there, nice and simple. Now, the real important thing, make sure you're pointing in the right direction. As you can see, I almost missed this. I almost go back inside the map, which I don't want to do. And I think I got close to hitting the top of that, but fortunately, I made it and I was okay. And what's funny, I'm sure most people have seen this. We call it chicken arms. And so we think that's pretty funny. If you get this, just go ahead and equip your secondary weapon. In other words, if you have your pistol, go ahead and equip your crossbow or stun gun, and likewise, with the other way around, and you'll get rid of it. So this was really cool, just being able to get up here. This is where the snipers are. You can go ahead and choke them out, and just so many things you can do. You can mark enemies from here. You can take out enemies from here. And it's just a really cool place. Now, as Sam, they still can recognize you and all that, so keep that in mind. And as you can see, I just went ahead and scooted down to this platform when the snipers are out. I believe there's one on this level as well, and you can just go ahead and get him as well. So I thought that was really, really cool. But again, one of my favorite things to do is just to go through objects, see which objects I can and cannot go through. I actually kind of slowed down the video there to see it there. And then you're probably thinking, can I go through this fence? Well, of course you can. So I went ahead and slowed it once again, go right through it. And it really does let you have fun with a map. There's really not many restrictions at all. And just, you really have a great time. I'm even able to go through that pole, which was kind of neat. Now, what this is here, I'm not sure what this is, but kind of wondered what it was, and it was kind of neat to be able to go right up to it and zoom up. But this is an example of actually falling through a street. And what I'm doing is, you may get a torpedo effect, which if you just fall and you keep falling without doing anything, you'll go extremely fast. So use your both triggers, like your aim and fire, and that will slow you down in the air, and then use your joysticks to go ahead and use your direction buttons, the joystick for direction. And again, this is really neat, being able to come up here on the other side. This is the other side of the map, and being able to look at all this. And again, just the artwork and all that, that's kind of neat. With you would think you'd be able to fall off that rooftop, but what's cool there is I went ahead and just took a snapshot just to show you the artwork. All that behind there, that kind of palace area, was all, it's all artwork and facade. You can't get on it or anything, so I didn't go back there. So anyway, I just thought that this was really neat. There's a lot more places you can go through, but thought I'd show you a few things, and hope you had a great time. Let me know what you think. This is definitely one of my very favorite maps to get out of. There's just so much to explore. It's in the daytime, and again, big shout out to Rodney Bridges to give us the other two methods, and that way we can have a nice clear screen for Sam. Note that if you are Briggs and you fall through the map, you will always have a red glowing screen no matter what map you're on, so just note that. To look up Rodney Bridges' channel in YouTube, type SC Assault Ninja, and his channel should come right up. And he's got a lot of videos out there. He does some assault, but he has incorporated a lot of ghosting methods, and he even did a challenge of mine, which was really great, and created some of his own. If you want to look up me, type in Chris Maker Splinter Cell. You'll notice I have a new logo and banner. Big shout out to Renaissance, Stephen Steele, also known as SC Ghost Ninja. And I've got all kinds of Blacklist stuff, challenges, world records, got the campaign on there. Also have conviction challenges, including the Ultimate Stealth Challenge. There is a Chaos Theory walkthrough, 100% on expert, which is very old, but you're welcome to look through it. And so anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. And if you liked it, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys.